Hey guys, my name's Josh Hacko and I work at Nicholas Hacko Watchmaker, and this is the NH55. We've been working on this watch now for more than a year. This has been our focus for the last year to manufacture these watches in-house in Australia. And it's been a crazy journey, and this is one of the first prototypes. We're really close to finishing them all off. We're making 16 watches, and this is number 2. And number 3 is getting assembled currently, and then the rest will follow. So I just want to take a moment just to talk about what we've been doing for the last year, and this project has been totally consuming. We've manufactured so many parts in this watch, more than we ever have, and we're doing it to a standard that's never been done in Australia. And we're super excited as a team to be releasing this very shortly. So we've had a lot of questions about how much does it cost, when is it available, and all these things. That will all come. Our main priority currently is to actually get this done, to finish off all 16 watches, have them ticking, have them water pressure tested, make sure they work before we start releasing all that information. And we've been slowly, I guess, collecting. I mean, you guys are amazing. You're so interested and passionate about what we do. And so we've slowly been collecting some sort of waiting list. But it's really important to us that this actually works from an engineering standpoint, from a watchmaking standpoint. We know it looks pretty, but look at these colors. It's actually impossible to show you on video. I don't know. It's actually a little bit speechless, word taking away. But anyway, long story short is for the last year we've had a team of 7 people working on this project. And originally started out as an entry into the Louis Vuitton watchmaking competition in May last year. And we developed a prototype for the watch, and after that we fell in love with how Timascus looked. And it's been something that we've been working on for the past 5 years, introducing Timascus into the watch on this level. And after falling in love, we said let's make a small series. And 16 was not really a number that we actually thought of, but one of the big reasons why we landed on it is because Timascus as a material is almost impossible to work with. It's possibly the most difficult material you can make a watch from. From a technical standpoint, it's incredibly unstable geometrically. It has a lot of internal stress, and let me take a step back as to what Timascus is. Timascus is a 3-part titanium alloy. So you've got 3 grades of titanium that are forge welded together by hand. So the guys at Alpha Knife Supply, they provide us this material that's been twisted and bent and folded, and what that gives is a grain structure and some sort of pattern. In the same way that wood would have a grain structure, Timascus has this grain structure inside the material. And so when you mill away the material and sort of present new shapes and forms, the grain structure remains. So these colors, they're not printed onto the dial, they're not painted. This is the skin that we grow on top of this grain structured material. So this skin, I call it a skin. It's about a 300 to 800 nanometer layer of titania. So it's titanium oxide that grows on the material during the anodization process. And so geometrically it's a very challenging material, but then in terms of making it pretty, that's what watchmaking is. It's this perfect meeting of art and engineering. To make Timascus pretty is also very challenging to this quality standard. The biggest, I can talk about this literally forever, but the biggest area where it's so difficult to nail is in the anodization process. Anodization of Timascus is chaos. The closest thing I can relate it to, and I don't want to sound pretentious here, like relating myself to an artist, but the closest thing I can conceptualize it as is like how Jackson Pollock takes cans of paint and sprays them across a canvas. Timascus has that same chaos element to it when you go to anodize, and part of that is because on a sort of chemistry standpoint, it's an incredibly incredibly unpredictable process. You have so many variables. It's a multivariate issue. It's a multivariate problem to solve. So you have temperature, concentration, humidity, time, voltage, you're etching. It's just like there's maybe 20 levers that you can pull, and those levers, they're not like on and off, they're not binary. You can, the concentration can be low, it can be medium, it can be high of the solution that you're anodizing in. The etchant concentration can be low, medium, high, the etchant temperature. And so suddenly you have way too many variables to control. And when you dip this Timascus dial or bridge, when you dip it into the anodizing solution and it comes out, you have no idea what color it's going to. You have maybe an aim. It could be between like green and purple, but when it comes out, it's totally chaotic, and that's really, really challenging on an engineering level, but so rewarding. And so all of it makes it worth it when you get a dial like this. And you'll see in all the videos that we've been posting more recently, purple, this is just one dial color. We've got greens and yellows and blues and monochrome and gray, and it's incredible. It's just one of the best, most satisfying materials to work with in watchmaking. And credit to Alpha Knife Supply in the States that hand forged this material, because this is a love letter to Timascus, this watch. So I'll give you like a short wrap-up update for what's happening next. Currently, we're in the assembly process, as I've mentioned. We've got 16 watches that we're assembling, and our goal tentatively is by the end of March to have all 16 watches assembled. And then once they're all assembled, then we start taking photos of them, and we'll collate them into a little coffee table book of some sort, and have these, memorialized, because it will be the last time that all 16 watches in this series will be together at the same time, unless some magical event happens in the future where all 16 owners come together. I don't know, it's probably very unlikely, but these 16 watches it will be the last time they're together in our factory. So we want to memorialize that, and at that point, then we will consider, letting them loose into the world. But in the meantime, we'll be posting a lot about the assembly process and how these watches look like during and after assembly, and we're really, really excited. That's, I think, the main consideration. We're really, really excited to show you the progress on this NH55 project. So anyway, thanks so much for listening to the ramble. I just wanted to jump on and say hello to everyone and show you what we've been working on for the last year. So enjoy. See you guys. Bye.